Hey guys, welcome to my kitchen. Another big exciting day in my kitchen. Where are we going? What are we making? We're in Vico del Gargano in my villa in Puglia, Italy. And I want to bring you something really special. I think of all the hundreds of videos that I've made over the 10 plus years I've been doing this, and I've never shared with you the simplest, easy pasta recipe. It is a comfort food for kids, is the way I always think about it. And it's from my grandmother, Nonno Caroline. She was from Piedmont. She was actually from a city called Mantova, which is absolutely a gorgeous city if you ever get a chance. We had the honor to spend some time with my cousin, my cugina, Antonio, and his lovely wife, Maria, here a couple of weeks ago. That's where this recipe comes from. So here's the quick story. My grandmother used to make a dish called Filidini, and Filidini to us is what we have here. Basically 3 ingredients. Well, the 4th ingredient would be love, but hey, you just have a couple of ingredients. It's so stinking good and it's so delicious, but it's just simple, really, cheese, butter, and pasta. The key here is the pasta. So where does Filidini actually come from, that word? The word actually comes from Sardinian. And if you guys watch a lot of videos on Italian cooking, especially from Sardinia, there's a special pasta called su Filindeau, and that is it's fine strings. Supposedly there's only a few women that can still make it in Sardinia, and it really means threads of the god. The original recipe was a butter infused with sage, typically, and then they'd use like a Parmesan cheese. So what my grandmother did is we didn't have it with sage. We had it with pasta and Parmesan cheese and butter is how she would make it. And I'm gonna make it exactly like she did. It's gonna bring back wonderful memories. And if I get a little emotional, that's because I'm thinking of my grandmother Caroline, Nonno Caroline. She was a very special woman in my life and a massive influence in my life. She died when I was in my early teens, I believe, when I was 14 years old. And I was her shadow for many years, really 5 or 6 years, those formidable years into my teens, because I was named after my father and I was named after her husband. So it was always special to have that relationship with her. So let's get cooking, guys. Let's start having some fun. First thing you're gonna need some water boiling and seasoned. So I've got my hot water boiling and bubbling. My water's boiling. I'm gonna go ahead and season it with some sea salt. I've got 4 baskets. So I've got about 1/2 pound here of pasta. And this cooks literally in moments because you'll see how thin the pasta is. See how thin that is? Italian pasta, it's very thin. And that would make sense because it is threads of the gods. All right, so here we go. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these baskets in there and then gently stir it. You'll see it comes apart almost instantly. And we're going for al dente, which means we're gonna go like 3 minutes, 4 minutes here. Now, while that's cooking here for a couple of minutes, I'm gonna take my serving dish and I'm gonna put a little bit of olive oil in there. Just a splash, not even a tablespoon. One, you're gonna get some added flavor of the oil. Secondly, it won't stick. And it'll prevent any areas maybe that didn't get hit with butter from clustering the pasta. Okay, I believe we're done here. So we're looking for that classic al dente. The goal here is we're gonna drain this. So I'm gonna remove it, and then I'm gonna put it back in here. I'm gonna take maybe 3 or 4 tablespoons of pasta water right here. I'm gonna set that aside and put it in my serving dish. Guys, I was reading on my blog earlier, a good way to ensure our recipes come out absolutely molto delizioso is when you subscribe to the channel. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, notification bell, anything we got going on the farm, recipes, travel tips, it'll come right to your notification box. Our pasta's done. So now I'm gonna pull the pasta out and put it in my serving dish. Briefly give this a really quick stir. Now I want this pan to still be hot. That's why I wanna keep that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and throw my pasta with that little bit of pasta water back in. And now I want some butter. So I'm gonna use about a teaspoon for every basket. We had 5 baskets in there. I can remember Nonno Borio was not shy on the butter. And next I give it a quick stir while that pan is still hot. See the butter's melting right there? I always like to get the butter melted first. That little bit of leftover starchy pasta water, you want to be really gentle. And now we're going to add some cheese. So same idea here, about a teaspoon for every basket we put in. So we're going to do about 5 teaspoons. And rather, I don't want to mix it too much and damage the pasta. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to spread out the cheese as best as I can. The cast iron pan is just perfect for this because it holds a lot of that heat, which you need to melt the cheese and the butter. Oh, it's starting to smell like my grandmother's kitchen right now. And I don't know about you guys, but I always realize that you can never add enough cheese. So you're going to notice I lift it and kind of let it play upon itself. If I whip it up and stir it, I'm going to damage the pasta. And you're going to see it starts to cream up really nicely. It's already doing that right now. One of the tips I could share with you, you want to use like a microplaner when you grate your cheese. The smaller, the flakier the cheese, the faster it'll essentially emulsify. Put it in my serving dish. Okay guys, we're all set. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a cluster. Oh, that's beautiful. You can see the yellow in the pasta because of the egg. Here to see the cheese, the butter. Oh, that's gonna be good. I'm ready to take a trip down memory lane. You ready for that right there? Does that look great or what? Favorite time, taste time. Exactly like my grandmother used to make. I mean, it literally is exactly the same. I can hear her voice. Jojo. The cheese, the butter, and the pasta, because it's got that eggy flavor to it. So it gives you that deeper, richer flavor. So it's a richer pasta. Guys, thanks so much for joining me in my kitchen this week. Don't forget, subscribe, notification bell, give me a thumbs up. Also remember, once a week, once a month, get around the table with your family and friends. Tell stories, burn stuff, make recipes. Go through my 300 recipes and videos. Enjoy yourself. Shut off the computer. Shut off the cell phone. Shut off the TV for a little bit. And you know what? You're going to celebrate your heritage, whatever that might be. But more important than that, you're going to set traditions of love. They're going to last you a lifetime. I know they did for me. Hey guys, from my kitchen years until next week, mwah, bon appetito.